Welcome to Money Through Ease, the podcast that helps small business owners overcome limiting beliefs and take control of their financial agency. I'm your host, Regan Bashara, founder of All Ease Accounting. Join us as we explore ways to empower yourself and achieve financial success with ease. Hey y'all, welcome to Money Through Ease. This is your host, Regan Bashara, and I want to let you know that we've got even more amazing guests coming up for you in the new year. They're going to be coming on and sharing their expertise, everything to do with running a small business. I want to make sure that my audience is as informed as possible and that you have the resources available for you to start and run an effective business in 2024. So if you are somebody that it does business-to-business services, B2B services, and you want to come on the podcast and share some value with the audience and share some resources and teach our audience something to make their lives easier, to make running their business a lot easier, I want to invite you to apply to be a guest on Money Through Ease. And you will find the link to apply in my link tree. So if you go to any of my social media accounts, that's All Ease Accounting on Instagram or Accounting with Ease on Facebook or TikTok at Ray Hammer, you can find my link in my bio, and that'll take you to a bunch of links where you can connect with me and, download free resources and stuff. But I've also added the link for you to apply to be a guest on Money Through Ease. So if you share services with other business owners and you've got something that you want to teach to our audience or some sort of value to provide, I invite you to come apply to be a guest on Money Through Ease. Today, I want to share with you something that I don't want to be doing ever again. And that is running a launch in November and December of any year. As you probably know, if you've been listening for a while, that I am getting ready to launch a digital online course. It's going to be an entrepreneurial bookkeeping course that teaches folks how to go from employee to entrepreneur. Whether or not you have a business, whether or not you want to start a business, I'm going to be teaching you in Mind the Gap, my digital bookkeeping course, how to go from an employee mindset to operating as an entrepreneur, running a successful business that is in line with your personal values and beliefs. And right now, I am offering beta testing for Mind the Gap through December 31st, 2023. If you're listening to this episode after that date, beta testing is no longer available, but you can get on the wait list and the interest list for Mind the Gap by visiting the same link in my bio. Click on Mind the Gap interest list and sign up to receive updates about when that course will be launching or if it's live already and how you can sign up to be a part of that. This course is packed full with how I do bookkeeping. It's really going to teach you the basics when it comes down to my system for financial record keeping, like how do we keep our receipts? How do we do data entry? Which, by the way, that's where everybody gets stuck. That's the very first part of it. Keeping your receipts, keeping your financial records in one place, and then doing data entry for your bookkeeping. That's where everybody gets stuck. So that's the first part of Mind the Gap. It's the first lesson. Like, how do we do data entry? Why do we need to do it? Step by step, here's what you're going to do to start on your business bookkeeping. So, Mind the Gap beta testing is currently available as of the time that this episode is released. And if you are not already a client of mine, you can still beta test Mind the Gap. I'm hosting a year-end virtual party to tell 2023 to fuck off. And the name of that party is Fuck Off 2023, and it's spelled FQ-off 2023, exclamation point. If you go to my website, alleaseaccounting.com, it's at the very top of the homepage, the link to register for Fuck Off 2023. And in that year-end virtual party, I'm going to be sharing with you what did not work this year for my business, what did work this year in my business, what kind of growth I've made, and I want you to come share those same things with me. I want to hear from you about what worked in your business this year, what did not work that you never want to repeat again. And we're just going to have a whole party. It's going to be super fun. It is not going to be boring, humdrum accounting stuff. You know that is not how I roll. So make sure you come get registered for Fuck Off 2023. If you register in advance, of course, you'll get access to the replay. So if you can't make it live, you'll get the replay. You can watch it whenever you want. And we're going to sit down and really get motivated for what 2024 has to offer us. And I'm super excited to host this party and invite you all to join me. And if you sign up, if you register for Fuck Off 2023, that will allow you to become a beta tester for Mind the Gap. So if you're not already a client of mine, this is the cheapest way that you can be a beta tester for Mind the Gap. It's to register for Fuck Off 2023. With all of that said, I never want to do this again. I never want to be in the middle of a launch process at the end of the year. My astrological chart pretty much starts in like May of every year, right? That's like almost about the time that the astrological calendar starts anyways. But the way like my chart lines up is like, that's the beginning of my astrological year. And it's kind of funny that lined up with when I started my business, which was in May of 2022. And that is when I'm supposed to be launching new things, essentially. And that's why Mind the Gap is going to be available to the public starting in April or May, somewhere around that time in 2024. So I'm right on schedule for all of that, but I decided to offer beta testing to people who have already invested in being my client. For folks that are having me do their monthly bookkeeping or payroll, for folks that have done a training with me, if you have paid to be on one of my webinars before, if you've paid me to teach a class to your group of entrepreneurs, I consider all those folks my clients. And so I wanted to offer beta testing to that group of people who have already invested in my services, who know how I roll, and who want to see more of my systems and my framework for running a business and doing bookkeeping the right way. Beta testing is available to those folks now. And if you want to become a beta tester, but you're not included in that group of people, then you can just go register for Fuck Off 2023 and you'll get to add on beta testing at checkout, at registration for that event. So I never want to be doing this again at this time of year. Like I said, Mind the Gap is launching to the public for full price, fully completed and available, hopefully, at the right time in my astrological calendar. But I wanted to offer beta testing because I want folks to be in the development phase of this content with me. I have an idea of like what the people need, what the people want, what's going to be most helpful. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. It's been almost 10 years of me doing bookkeeping, and a lot of that time was teaching other people how to do bookkeeping, teaching other people how to work in QuickBooks Online. That's why one of the services that I provide is training on QuickBooks Online. I'm an advanced QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. So I really know what it takes to like teach other people how to do this work. And I have been doing it for a while. And I just thought it would be amazing to have all that information living in one place that people could access at their own pace and learn on their own through video content, through audio lessons, through downloadable files that they get to plug in their numbers and play around with stuff and, answer questions and really dive deep into evaluating their business finances. This is also going to teach you how to pay yourself as a business owner, how to hire a workforce and pay other people to work in your business, and then how to sort everything that you do in your business into a system that somebody else can be hired on to do for you. Because as the business owner, we cannot wear all the hats all the time for the rest of our lives. That's not how it works. You will not be able to do that, I promise. Mind the Gap is going to teach you all of that stuff. And I want folks to be a part of the development of this content because, I can have this idea of whatever I think people will benefit most from or how people learn best. But until I actually get somebody else's eyeballs on it to kind of give me feedback or ask even more questions or point out when things are not clear, that is going to be super helpful to me. So I want you, the listener right now, to come on and help me develop the content. That's why I'm offering beta testing, and it made sense for me to offer it before the end of this year. But as it turns out, I am also in the kind of harvest, slowing down, almost getting to the point where I'm in my winter phase of my astrological year. That means that I am really supposed to be slowing things down. I'm not supposed to be releasing new content necessarily. So the fact that I am offering beta testing right now makes sense, and then it also doesn't. My energy levels recently have been pretty low. I've been feeling more like I want to create a nested space in my home. And no, I'm not pregnant. Like, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about like really wanting to develop my space in my home and to just turn inwards, do a lot of, self-reflection, journaling, kind of personal introspection. And I don't really want to be launching new things right now. So here's the caveat. Beta testing is available. You can sign up through December 31st, 2023, and then you'll get access to content starting January 1st. It will be available to you. And there is a lot of content already that I have completed and uploaded to the Teachable platform, which is where Mind the Gap, the course, is going to live. But it's not done yet. And that's okay. Like, I never wanted it to be all completely done for beta testing. Like, that's not the point of beta testing. I wanted to have most of it done, and it is. And then I still want to have room to develop new content if people have a certain area that they want to focus on. And I can, build some lessons and teachings around those specific topics that are of interest to the actual business owners that are going to be doing the course. And I want to have that time between when I close beta testing and when the course is live and available for the public to invest in. So there's going to be a couple of months in the beginning of the year that it's only going to be available to beta testers, and they are the only people that are going to get to see the content in its incomplete form and in its imperfect form. And the reason that this is okay is because I'm offering beta testing at over a 60% discount. So the final product that is going to be fully launched to the public is going to cost some money. It is going to be an investment that people make if they want to start a business or if they're already a business owner and they really want to get dialed in with their finances and their organizational systems. Beta testing is over 60% off, and you get lifetime access. And on top of this, I'm going to be adding a community element to the course. That means that you will be able to do the course and the lessons and interact with the content and do the work individually, but you will also have a community to go to who's also doing the same work alongside you. And I think that learning is way more effective when it's done in groups anyways, even a small group, but eventually, hopefully, it grows to where we've got a lot of different people from all different industries participating with this and interacting with this work, and also doing the work in community with each other. So other entrepreneurs are going to be doing this work alongside you, and I wanted to create a space where we can really curate a dialogue and discourse and content related to what the people want to see. There's also going to be, that's going to be the place that you can interact with me about the work. We're going to do Q&A sessions. We're going to do, live calls where we can work on stuff together. We're probably going to have some sort of co-working element where we can come on and do, body doubling. If you are neurodivergent in any way, that body doubling is probably pretty helpful to you to get things done when you're a solopreneur and you work from home or you work by yourself. So I wanted to create this community space where we can do this work together, and that will be launching in February. So you won't get access to the community until you either sign up for beta testing and the community goes live in February, or if you wait for the public launch of Mind the Gap, you'll get access to the community then. But if you want to be there from the very beginning, I'm one of those people that loves to be in something, from the ground up, then you're going to want to sign up for beta testing. So I've given you plenty of reasons why you want to do this, right? Now, all you have to do is go to the show notes and click on registering for Fuck Off 2023. And then the Mind the Gap beta testing add-on will be available at that checkout. So Mind the Gap and Fuck Off 2023 are both deductible business expenses because you are paying me for business services, for business content, essentially. So you will get to claim that as a business tax deduction if you have a business. So there's really no reason not to at this point. I don't ever want to be doing this sort of thing in November or December again. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but at the same time, I truly don't want to be doing this right now. I just find that I have a lot more energy and I have a lot more drive and can like really turn on the battery pack during other times of the year. And now it's not that time. Like I just want to be chilling right now. So that's one of the things that I've learned about myself. 2023 has been the first full calendar year that I've been in operations. And, I'm going to continue learning things about myself and my business as we go along, but that's kind of one of the big lessons that I'm going to take away from this year. And if you want to hear more about those lessons that I've learned and the things that have really worked well for me this year, I want to invite you to register for Fuck Off 2023. That is where I'm going to be sharing that information. I hope any of this information on this podcast was useful and helpful and interesting. And, and I invite you to do the same kind of self-reflection at the end of the year and come on 2023's Fuck Off party. And we're going to talk about things that worked, things that didn't work this year, but we're also going to talk about looking ahead to 2024, what we're going to be doing and planning things out. And I really cannot wait to share that with you all. So thanks for listening. Remember, if you want to be a guest on Money Through Ease, I am accepting applications for folks that want to be a guest and share some value with the audience. So visit the show notes, visit the link in my bio for any of my social media accounts, and you'll be able to apply to be a guest. Thanks for listening. I hope you all have an amazing week. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Money Through Ease. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to my email list to stay up to date on all the latest content. You can also follow me on social media at All Ease Accounting or facebook.com/accounting with ease for even more insights and updates. And if you're interested in learning more about my bookkeeping services, don't hesitate to schedule a complimentary consult today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.